Our next presenter, let me introduce him in the meanwhile while his presentation is being uploaded. He is Mr. Kimbert Evans. He's from the island of St. Lucia. He attained his Bachelor of Science in Economics and Management Studies and his Masters of Science degree in Economics from the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine campus in 2014 and 2015, respectively. His current research area includes foreign direct investment, exports, economic growth, and the OECS. So let's have the presentation in the meanwhile.
Good day, everyone. My name is Kimbert Evans, and my topic for today is the relationship between foreign direct investments, exports, and economic growth in small island developing states, evidence from St. Lucia. My presentation for today will take the following format. First, I'll take a look at the research objectives and hypothesis of the study, followed by a description of the data used in the study, then our model specification, then methodology, then results, and finally our conclusion and policy recommendation. The purpose of this study is to empirically analyze the relationship between foreign direct investments, exports, and economic growth in St. Lucia for the period 1980 to 2015. We therefore hypothesize that foreign direct investments and exports have had a positive impact on the St. Lucian economy for the said period. All data was collected from World Development Indicators. We are using annual time series data for the period 1980 to 2015. First, our data was in US dollars, so we converted to local currency units using a nominal exchange rate of 0.70. We then deflated all data using the US Consumer Price Index for exports, the Central Consumer Price Index for FDI, and the GDP deflator for GDP. In keeping with proper economic investigation, we are using 2010 as a base year for all deflators. Also, all data was divided by population to express in per capita terms, and the main reason for using per capita data is because per capita data provide the best diagnostics in terms of no serial correlation, normality, stability, and so on. Our model is in keeping with what currently exists in the literature, where GDP-T signifies real gross domestic product per capita, EXP-T signifies real exports per capita, FDI-T signifies real foreign direct investment per capita, beta represents the accept terms, pies alpha represents the coefficients, and mu represents the result. Our methodology follows a three-step procedure. The first step is the unit root test, and this will be done using the augmented Dickey-Fuller and the Philip-Perron test. The second step is the cointegration test, and this is done using the Erhard-Bounds test. The third step is the Causality test, and this is done using the total annual model approach to Granger non-causality. Our unit root results showed that all our variables were not stationary at a level, but they all became stationary after first differencing. For our cointegration test, we are checking to ensure that our S statistic is greater than both our upper and lower critical value bounds, which are indicated by I0 and I1. In the case of GDP, as our left-hand side variable, or our dependent variable, the S statistic is 7.21, which is greater than both the upper and lower critical value bounds. Therefore, we can conclude that there is cointegration when GDP is our dependent variable. When EXPT is our dependent variable, our S statistic is 1.64, which is less than both our upper and lower critical value bounds. Therefore, we can conclude that there is no cointegration when export is our dependent variable. When FDI is our dependent variable, our S statistic is 6.17, which is greater than both our upper and lower critical value bounds. So we can conclude that there is cointegration when FDIT is our dependent variable. But for the purpose of this study, we will be focusing on GDP-T as our dependent variable and how exports and FDI affect GDP in St. Lucia. Our long-run equation says that a $1 change in exports per capita leads to a 137.18 change in GDP per capita. Also, a $1 change in FDI per capita leads to a 225.04 change in GDP per capita. Now, converting these to elasticities, a 1% change in real exports per capita results in a 0.66% increase in real GDP per capita, and a 1% change in real FDI per capita results in a 0.15% increase in real GDP per capita. Also, we have our speed of adjustment, which is negative 0.27. The negative sign indicates a move back to equilibrium if there is a shock in the system, and the 0.27 indicates that deviations from our long-run equilibrium are corrected at 0.27% every year. We also conducted our diagnostics, and the JB means Jacob area, which is for our normality test. The SC is for serial correlation, and the HO is for heteroscedasticity. Our p-values are below our diagnostics, and they are all greater than 0.05, which indicates that our model is normal, there is no serial correlation, and our model is homoscedastic. For our stability tests, we can see that our blue lines, which are our cumulative sum and cumulative sum of squares lines, they are both between our red lines. So this indicates that our model is stable. We compared our coefficients to what currently exists in the literature, and according to those recent offers, our coefficients are in keeping with the current literature. For our causality test, the results showed that we should reject the null hypothesis that FDIT does not greatly cause GDP per capita, and also reject the null hypothesis that GDP-T does not greatly cause FDIT. So we can see that there is bidirectional causality between FDI per capita and GDP per capita. So we can conclude that FDI-led growth hypothesis does hold for St. Lucia, but the results are even stronger because we found bidirectional causality between FDI per capita and real GDP per capita. This suggests that not only does FDI per capita promote real GDP per capita, but also real GDP per capita promotes FDI per capita. In the case of exports, we did not find any links between exports and the other variables, so this could be a result of the decline in the banana industry in St. Lucia and the other OECS member countries. So a few policy recommendations. Since FDI per capita has a positive relationship with GDP per capita, policymakers should continue policies which promote FDI per capita, and those policies will definitely be more effective if they encapsulate other factors which also affect real GDP per capita. Policymakers should also promote better financial development, better human capital development, and better technological development in an effort to ensure that St. Lucia is absorbing all the spillovers that can occur as a result of increased FDI. In terms of exports, since there were no links between exports and other variables, policymakers should try to diversify the type of FDI that St. Lucia is currently attracting in an effort to tie FDI and exports so both variables can promote growth in St. Lucia. This is all for today. Thank you very much.